What is up, folks? We are back again for another 2v2 scrimmage. This one is between Shotaburger and WN. I don't know how to pronounce his name. We'll just call him Yellow against Jack and Serg. So we have a Poles and Italians Civ War. Shotaburger is Italians, Serg is Italians, Jack and Yellow are Poles. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. As far as, let me see if I can pull it up. Resources go, it looks like Yellow. I'm gonna say Yellow and Shotaburger they went for the market. Looks like Jack also went to the market, but he didn't get much, or he didn't buy. I want to say Serg also went for the market. So you had three players utilize the market. I think they are doing the tournament setup or tournament settings. So 6-player map, Michi with fixed version 2. Interesting to see this civilization combination in play. Poles are a below average civilization in Michi, and Italians can be good depending on how one plays. I'm not a fan of what Shotaburger is doing, which is the wall back here towards the trade, but I can see that it can come in handy. But the problem is that there are houses in the way. All it takes is for Serg to push through and smash into the houses, destroy the houses, and he's in. Town centers, we have 29 coming from Yellow. We have Shotaburger with 13. He needs to up that for sure. We have Jack with 26. And Serg has 25. But I've been saying this for a while. The weakest point between two players is the section that's in between. And the reason I'm preaching that is because I see a lot of games where the fighting, as soon as the treaty's over, the other team will rush through the middle and will powerhouse all the way through directly in the middle, and it's a quick game. What I do, which I don't know if anyone that's watching this has seen the games that I played with Nova, I heavily wall the middle. Like, I'll have like 2, 3, 4, 5 layers even if I have to of walls, and then I'll build military buildings in them. So it's like multiple compartments with buildings in the middle of them, so that way I can defend if I need to. And then that allows us to not have to worry about middle if it gets pushed, and we can focus on pressing or pushing aside. So there are benefits to playing like that. Also, you can obviously place your farms in the middle, and it looks like that's what Yellow is going to be doing. So it's still a little bit premature to say what's going to happen in this game or what's going to happen right here in this region, but yeah. I have not seen Serg or Jack play 2v2s before. Shotaburger, he's been playing a lot to get ready for the tournament, so I expect him to be more experienced in this 2v2 setting. Yellow is also in the tournament, so we have 2 players in here that are in the tournament on different teams, obviously. Shotaburger is playing with Foreboding Doom, and I believe Yellow is playing with a guy named May. I could be wrong. I don't want to mispronunciate his name, so I'll just leave it at that. But both of these guys are in a tournament on separate teams. Good boom from Yellow, by the way. Very good boom from Yellow. He's at full pop. He's the first to hit full pop. Shotaburger is way behind. He's under pop. Now it's 10 minutes in, he just reached 300 population. Serg also is another question mark, because he is experienced in playing Deathmatch Michi with us. He's played many Discord games with us, but I have not seen him for quite some time. And Jack with a lot of idle villagers, that's not going to be helpful at all. Sorry for the zoom in so quick. I still need to get used to this capture age. Monastery, you need to collect that relic, buddy. That would be helpful. I would assume that Poles is going to be utilizing their unique unit, which I believe it damages or ignores armor, melee armor. I'm not sure. My knowledge on Poles is limited. With Italians, their unique unit, the crossbow, how it counters cavalry, that's going to be very beneficial. Poles will also be spamming in, I think they have Cavaliers, I believe. So we see a lot of stables, 15 stables coming from Jack on the front line with the 4-layer wall right here transferring into a 3. The middle is still fairly weak over here on both sides actually. And then we're seeing Yellow making his compartments. Farms being protected by another layer of walls from both Schotterberger and Yellow. As is the same on the other side of the map as well. Resource-wise, Schotterberger and Cerg need to be focusing on wood, which it looks like they are. Cerg is up a little bit more by 6,000 on wood collection. We do away with that. So we have Yellow with... very bad at reading this. Alright, Yellow with 78 trade cards, Schotterberger with 99, Jack with 45, and Cerg with 76. We are 14 minutes in. The treaty is about to expire in 10 minutes, and then hopefully we see some action take place. I don't see any military units made yet, other than a monk from Yellow. And a Hussar. The starting Hussar from Schotterberger. So no military units yet. Gonna transition to this screen. I like this one right here. Or this area. Jack up to 100 farms. We have any action going on? We do. We have an onager in play from Yellow. And a bombard cannon in play from Jack. Bombard towers on the front line. More onagers coming in. Total of 6. It looks like we're going to see some opening action right here in between Yellow and Cerg. Anytime now. I don't think he's going to open until he's done with his bombard towers. And there we go. A little bit premature on that calling. As far as the base setups, I'm not really a fan of. When it's a 2v2, you want to build with your teammate. That way your military units can be in the fight quicker. I notice a lot of players do not do this, especially on this map. However, Jack is taking up a lot of the middle, which could put him in the action a lot quicker. But the problem over here with Schotterberger is his unique unit is slow. His army is slow. He needs to build around here along the front line so he can get into the fight. But it looks like we're going to see a 1-on-2 starting out from Yellow going up against Cerg and Jack. So we have Cavaliers in play, Trebuchets, and Onagers to open the wood line. And we have forward bombard towers also, so he can hold that ground and defend if he needs to be. Basically letting Cerg know that this is his area. And Condotieros coming into play. And here we have the Genoese crossbowmen, or crossbows. Crossbowmen, crossbows? Crossbowmen. Cavaliers coming from Jack. We don't see anything yet coming from Schotterberger. Him being Italians, he needs to get over here. And Yellow is committing a lot to this push right here. Onagers, bombard cannons. What is that? Oh, he has archers. Arbs. The great Arbs. Hand cannoneers over here on the right, off to the right, pushing in from Cerg, and still sending in the Condotieros. And Genoese crossbowman on the left. But the game changer is the bombard towers. And the onagers, obviously. Trebs are now advancing with bombard cannons as well, and we're gonna see a forward castle. That's strange. See a forward castle from yellow. Is he gonna build it? Yep, he's gonna start it. You better hope that he does not lose that. That's kind of a questionable move. Yellow is still committing a lot to this push with Schottenberger not committing at all so far, but we see onagers, cavaliers, and crossbows now coming from Schottenberger on his side. Trebs coming in from Serg to take out the castle. He's got to push that back. He has to push that back. And Serg has the resources. He's got a lot. 40,000 gold, almost 20,000 food, and 178,000 wood. There lies the issue, folks. Whenever you're playing a 2v2, you do not need to collect that much wood. That's a bit overkill because the games, these 2v2 matches typically do not last that long. So instead of collecting all that wood, he should delete these wood choppers. He has 109 wood choppers that could be turned into a military population. So there lies Serg's issue. Now for green, he has 113 wood choppers, so he's going to be highly outmatched in terms of military population for this conflict. Blue, Schottenberger is currently at 47 wood choppers, which he has 135k wood. Technically, he could delete those. Jumping back over here on board, more forward bombard towers coming from yellow. All he needs is more trebuchets to reach the castles, and he can easily win this side over here. Serg put too much in his eco gathering, and that put him at a huge disadvantage. Now over here, Jack's coming with bombard cannons, onagers, cavaliers to try to push this back. The crossbows are very damaging to the cavaliers, but he's outmatched in terms of numbers. Siege coming in, but it's too soon for those, I believe. You might see a victory on this side of the map, though. Bombard cannons, archers in play, cavaliers, everything is coming in over here. Yellow might as well throw the kitchen sink at him. Massive amount of trebuchets. We have 20 trebs. Smart not to push the cavaliers into the crossbows. Nah, okay. Never mind. With the trebs, he is targeting the gates. He has a lot of trebuchets. 21 trebs. 15 bombard cannons. Yellow is incredibly jacked on economy and military. Oh yeah, he is jacked on military. Over here on this side of the map, Jack is pushing back Schottenberger. But the battle appears to be even if we're going based off this little graph now, with Jack having the slight edge. Yellow forming a vertical wall, or trying to shut out more assistance. He needs to finish that though. Onagers will be crucial right here to take out the crossbows. That's what he really needs. Because if he can take out the crossbows, he can advance more. Then he can target the castles. .43 wood choppers still with Serg. He does not need wood choppers. Honestly, nobody in this game needs any more wood choppers. They need to be committing to a full push. Rams coming in now from yellow, which is very questionable considering the infantry. They do well against crossbows, obviously, and archers, but the infantry he needs to take out. Cavalier versus Cavaliers over here with some archers or some of the crossbows. Leading towards Schottenberger. Back over here. Yellow's gonna lose those rams to the condos. The winged hussars is a questionable play. Very questionable considering how little they stand a chance against the crossbows. They just get absolutely melted. Look at the number just drop. Pointless unit to make, especially whenever you have resources. Yellow has almost 100,000 gold. Jesus. As I said, the weakest point between two players is right in the middle. No castles right here. No towers right here. 3 layers of walls. Can push that. Focus on that one. What I would do is I would come around here, follow this path. I would target in the middle, or just open up in the middle and have another fight in the middle. Force one of these players to commit to the middle, and then swing back in front of them. That would give you an advantage. Jack is mounting a strong defense with trebuchets, bombard cannons, cavaliers. Very strong defense coming from the Poles versus Italians over here in this situation. A lot of bombard towers as well from Jack. He should be targeting the crossbows with his trebuchets or the bombard cannons. Because there's a lot of bombard cannons from Schottenberger, 17 to be exact. CergC's finally making the pushback. A lot of cannon fodder from CergC. 17 versus 18 from yellow. And more traps coming from yellow. A lot of unbuilt bombard towers right here from yellow. He should get rid of those and place them around here. He needs to micro the cavaliers to take out the bombard cannons. Those are what's taking out his towers. Thing over here too, Schottenberger needs trebs. Or he needs to utilize the cannons to take out buildings and towers. Smart, taking out the siege. Never mind. He's doing it right. Whoa. What am I seeing? 97 Cavaliers. So what do we have? We have a stand ground army right there. And a stand ground army right there. Onagers coming in from yellow, a total of 10. If you could target that group, that would help him tremendously. And blue completely overwhelming Jack. Siege are finally coming in. Total of 6 trebuchets, along with 8 bombard cannons. And he's doing what he needs to be doing, which is focusing on the bombard towers. Very good game so far. And CergC coming in to the rescue, which is not good for him, because now that means yellow is going to be full committing 100% to his front. And what I mean to say is he's going to push even harder. So now Schottenberger's in a 1-on-2 matchup. Trebuchet's targeting Bombard Towers long range. He needs to open up that wall. He's got 3 layers, 1, 2, and 3. And he needs to micro these Cavaliers against the siege. There we go. There we go. That should be his #1 focus, targeting the siege. Trebuchets, onagers, cannons. Yep, crossbows huddling in front of Trebs. More Trebs. More Trebs. Nope. He needs more Trebs. Trebs or cannons, that's the only way he's going to make progress over here. Back on yellow and CergC side of the map. As I expected, yellow is now advancing. He's got a strong foothold in front of CergC's base. Heavy cavalry army coming from Schotterberger. No more Trebs. No. I don't know why. We need more Trebs. Oh, we have a sneaky little push coming from Jack on the far left corner or section of the map. We have what appears 7 rams and 29 cavaliers. The crossbows do very, very little damage against the rams. They're not going to help at all. And he's got to micro these cavaliers to take out the siege. Trebuchets finally and bombard cannons though coming in. Yellow has completely overwhelmed CergC on the front of his base. In the front of his base. And this is GG here. There's no opposition. 1, 2, and 3. He's got to micro these. Schotterberger, you got to wake up, brother. Right here is where you win it. And CergC's dead over here as well. He has resources. And Jack resigned. That is a GG. Huh. I expected them to win, but not in that fashion. Not in that fashion at all. Resources collected. CergC has collected 260,000 wood. Jesus. That is a problem with some deathmatch Michi players. They hoard resources for no reason at all. I mean, they play for the long game, but in these 2v2s, you cannot play for the long game. You will lose most of the time. And look at that KD ratio, these two. Yellow is at a 1.68 and Schotterberger is at a 1.07. Very good game for these two. Very good game.